question of what am I searching for? And I wish I could answer that question, but I think it's the act of making pictures that is the search. And in making these pictures, there's always these moments of grace. And there's a lot of chaos in making the photographs because so many people are involved. But when the picture comes together and there's like the lighting, there's sort of beauty and sadness and stillness that comes together. And I think that's the moment to me of revelation or transcendence. Every single one of these pictures, I have in my mind a certain image for the picture, and then something other happens. So there's always a surprise. There's always something that violates the original idea for a picture. And I think that's where the mystery in the photographs come from. It's like that need to make a perfect world and the impossibility of doing so. For instance, the picture Shane of the young boy underneath the train tracks. I was fascinated with that young boy. He was following us around making pictures, and I knew there was a certain kind of vulnerability and awkwardness to him, and he was isolated from the group. And so I decided I wanted to make a picture about him, and I had him sort of standing up underneath this abandoned train tracks, and we put these big xenon lights about 80 feet high through on a crane, sort of bathing him in light. And that picture is really about finding this moment and using light to transform his reality and my reality and ultimately the viewer's reality. After Beneath the Roses was complete, I knew I wanted to do something. I needed to challenge myself and do something very different. I think that's part of what an artist does. They have to continually reinvent themselves. And I knew I wanted to do something smaller scale and more intimate and more grounded in the history of photography. And I happened to be in Rome for a traveling museum show, and I had always heard about the fabled movie studio, and I took a private tour, and as soon as I saw the collapsed old sets in various levels of decay, I knew immediately that this was going to be my next body of work. And I think that, again, although on the surface they feel very different, there's a lot of connections between Beneath the Roses and Sanctuary, and most profoundly, the relationship between film and photography, beauty and sadness again, and absence and presence. Any photograph is fundamentally about light. And so for me, I just sort of bring that further, and I'm interested in telling a story through light, using light as a narrative code. And first and foremost, all the pictures are about light and having light transform an ordinary setting into a place of wonder and mystery.